Hey, what's up guys, it's Josh Barr. Happy New Year's. And in this video I want to share with you my New Year's weekend driving experience and what I wish I would have known. Last year I didn't drive last year because I actually went out and partied and I think I got roofied. So I don't really remember much of the night. But this year I was like, nah, I'm gonna work and make money instead of get drugged or whatever. So yeah, Thursday was wild. Thursday, the 31st, I mean, it was so much demand, it was crazy, and I would say it was definitely more demand than Halloween. And I would say 4th of July and New Year's Eve are tied for first as far as demand, if not more. New Year's Eve, with Halloween being a close second. But I went out Thursday and I hit my goal. I made a good amount of money. And I'm not gonna say how much money I made just because I have plenty of videos where I talk about how much money I made, and some people like it, some people don't. But that's besides the point of this video. What I will say is I hit my target goal for how much money I wanted to make that night. And then I went out Friday and I figured, it's gonna be less than New Year's Eve, but I should be able to make some money. But I went out Friday and it was the least amount of money I ever made in my rideshare career. I actually made less money than my day one driving for Lyft video. Than my first day I actually went out. And yes, even me with like all my experience and like knowledge of the area, like it was just a bad day for me. Like, I mean, maybe it was just me, but I seen other drivers and they were kind of talking, and definitely it was a bad night. So I mean, what happens is New Year's Eve, like, people go hard and they spend all kinds of money and they party all night, and on top of Christmas, they bought Christmas gifts. Rent's due on the 1st, and then they partied hard New Year's Eve, and then the next day they just kind of want to recover. So I talked to a couple industry guys. I've talked to some bartenders and promoters on Friday, and they're like, yeah, like Friday's pretty much dead because people just go so hard and splurge so much New Year's Eve that everybody kind of just stays in. So it's more of an industry thing than a platform thing. But yeah, so I drove, I think I started driving for like 7, and I drove till 5 in the morning, and there was still demand. There was still prime time surging. It was still demand, but I'm not allowed. I hit my goal, and I was tired. I was kind of, but knowing what I know now, I would have just taken a shot of Red Bull and kept raking in the cash, because Friday was just completely dead. I should have just stayed home, and I was feeling kind of sick, but for the hours I put on Friday, I made, I should have just stayed home. So if you're gonna drive New Year's Eve, what I'll say is, if you're gonna drive that weekend, drive New Year's Eve. And I know a lot of people don't want to deal with the drunks or whatever, or the obnoxious people. So I would say drive from like 4, till midnight or right before midnight, and then drive the next morning, which in this case was Friday morning. So from like 8 p.m. till brunch, which is 12 or 1, that was really busy, because that's where you get all the hungover people, all the people that crashed at someone's place, or they're trying to get breakfast or brunch or whatever. So that was good money. But since I started driving at 5 in the morning and I went to sleep, I was like, oh, I'm gonna drive Friday night because I don't really do mornings. I missed out on that. But knowing what I know now, I would have just done an all-nighter knowing what I know now. But yeah, so if you're gonna drive that weekend, drive, that night. And if you don't want to drive New Year's Eve, drive the breakfast brunch hours, which would be like 7 to like 12, or from 8 to 1, and those were actually busy hours. And even the following day after that, Saturday breakfast and brunch was busy, And Saturday night, I went Saturday night, and it wasn't good either. So if you're gonna drive New Year's Eve, either go, hard, 12 hours, 14 hours New Year's Eve, drive through the night. That's the most money. But if you don't want to deal with obnoxious people, then drive January 1st, drive in the morning, the breakfast brunch, and drive January 2nd, breakfast brunch, if you don't want to deal with those kind of people. So let me know how you did New Year's Eve. I killed it, and then I sucked balls January 1st on the night. So let me know how you did. I'll see y'all next time, and stay on the ball.